Hello, this is Scorchsoft text-to-speech tool.
which is a free tool to enable you to turn text to speech, which plays down your microphone feed so you can use it in video meetings or streaming or whatever you choose. You can also speak and it will convert your spoken words into a transcript, which it will then play in your chosen voice.
You can also speak, and it will convert your spoken words into a transcript.
This is particularly useful if you have laboured speech and you want it to pick up your laboured speech.
This is particularly useful if you have labored speech and you want it to pick up your labored speech.
So let's imagine you've got very laboured speech that's really difficult to hear. It will still pick it up.
So let's imagine you've got very labored speech that's really difficult to hear. It will still pick it up.
You got different tones of voice, so you can select it to a bedtime story.
Let's tell you a bedtime story.
Or you can pick moods like angry.
Let's tell you a bedtime story.
So you can imagine using this if your voice is gone, or let's say you have no voice whatsoever and you can only type. It allows you to engage in meetings with colleagues remotely, even though you can't speak. Now, I built this originally because somebody in my team was losing their voice, and I decided to open source it and release it to the community because I wanted to help people with it. And hundreds of people access this every single month now. So it's become a really popular tool. So let me show you now some of the features that it's capable of. So let me show you a little bit more about what this tool can do. So if we go into settings, you've got AI copy editing, which looks like this. Now this is particularly useful if you want the AI to copy edit what you're saying or change it into a particular tone. So let's have a little bit of fun with this and enable AI copy editing. And I'm going to get it to speak in the tone of a voice of a cat. And you can see this is now applied in the bottom here. So now if I record and speak and go to play.
So now if I meow and purr.
Bit angry. Let's make it cheerful.
So now if I meow and purr.
Perfect. So you can see it's copy edited the speech immediately as you put it in. You can also manage keyboard shortcuts. So the main keyboard shortcut is this one, record, start, stop, which essentially allows you to press the keyboard shortcut to start and then to stop, and then it will automatically record in the background. So if you get this out of the box, I'd recommend you just use that keyboard shortcut, Control Shift 01, or set your own, and just record and then stop with it and it'll play. So in practice, this means that you can leave this tool running in the background and you can just press that keyboard shortcut to just speak, etc. It's really, really handy. So let me talk a little bit more about the other controls. So you can see here we've got device settings. So input device is your microphone and playback device is where you're playing it through. So you can see in my screen at the minute, I'm just playing to my speakers, but you can also specify like this, a virtual cable. Now this virtual cable is what enables you to speak in meetings like on Zoom or on Microsoft Teams. And the reason there's two input devices is if it's speaking, you want to hear it speaking. So generally you'll want to set one of the devices to the VB cable and the other one to your headset or your speakers. And you can see here, vbaudio.com/cable is where you get the cable application to install. And you can see it's available on different operating systems. So you can see here as well, for accessibility reasons, we've also added a bunch of presets. So here you have the ability to click to just insert them, or you can double click to play them.
Good morning. Good evening.
So this is very useful if you have preset things that you want to say. You can favorite the ones that you like the most and put it into your favorite section. And you can also add new ones like this. And then save as a preset, pick a category, let's say questions. And then that is now always available in here.
Hello, I am Andrew.
Like so. Also in the UI, you'll notice there's the ability to edit tones. So if you go to the Manage Tones section in the header navigation, you'll get an interface like this. And you can see these are the different tones that are configured for use currently within the application. These are the default ones, but you can go to the bottom here and add your own. So if you look at what we've defined here for each voice, if you add your own tone, you can literally specify however you want it to speak. Tonality, pacing, whether it's gruff, whether it's speaking in character even. It'll still be the voice that's selected, but it just gives you a great deal of customization over the tone, which can be really useful if you're using this tool for different purposes. For example, let's say you were gaming, you might want to adopt a certain storytelling tone of voice, whereas if you're in a business context, you're going to want it to speak really nice and clean and professional. So let's minimize presets. Should you forget what all the keyboard shortcuts are, there's a handy little actions menu in here, which lets you trigger different actions from within the head menu. So for example, you can automatically apply AI copy editing from up here if you've input text with your hand and you want to copy edit it at the touch of a button. Within settings, you'll also notice there's the ability to enable or disable automatic checking of updates and the little Scorchsoft banner at the bottom. So because this is a free tool, I've spent a lot of time making this. I've done it because I thought it was a tool that would be useful to help a lot of people from an accessibility standpoint, but we have released it for free. If you want to say thank you, or if you want to kind of give back in some way, would very much recommend any recommendations that you can give. My business, Scorchsoft, we've been going for 15 years. We've got a team of around 20 people at the moment at the time of recording, and we build mobile applications, AI tools, online portals. We're making a lot of stuff at the moment with agents. If you have a business friend that's looking to do this kind of thing, whether they work in a business or maybe they run a small business, introductions, let them know what we can do, that kind of thing would be really, really appreciated. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. There's no pressure around that. The other thing is if you leave a Google review, that goes a long, long way to build trust in my organization. So, those kinds of things are really appreciated, but you don't have to. We've released this tool for free because we want people to benefit from it. So enjoy. I should also add that in settings under API key, in order to use this tool, you have to link it with your OpenAI account. So it does charge you via OpenAI. The costs are reasonable, but the application itself that we've released is free, and we don't make any money from this. So in order to get your key, you're going to log into platform.openai.com, or you might need to create an account. It's free to create a basic account. You'll be greeted with an interface that looks something like this. You want to go to Dashboard, API keys, and then you want to create a new secret key. You put in your details here, which I'm not going to do here at the moment for security reasons. And then once you've done with that, you go into settings, API key, and you put in your API key. And it's as simple as that. The app should then work. You may need to set up billing on OpenAI in order for that to work correctly. So I've been Andrew. I'm the managing director of scorchsoft.com. You can find the latest version of this on our website on scorchsoft.com in our resources. If you search for Text to Mic by Scorchsoft, you'll also find it on Google.